loosen your voice. All that's going on. And let us see if your collective voice can be louder than mine. So, the count of 3, I want you to say good morning. Alright? As loud as you can. Don't shout. 1, 2, 3.
Good morning.
Come on. Did you hear me at the back? Please don't videotape. Hello? Hello? Please put that away. Okay? We'll do it again. 1, 2, 3.
Good morning.
We won't do it a third time. I'll tell you the secret. And it's very good for COVID as well. People breathe to their chest, and that is wrong. You have to learn to breathe from your stomach. Like, you have a fire and you have the bellows going like this. Now if you look at good, do you see that? Good goes up. Good. 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 Morning. Your HR managers, your voice should be commanding. This is why I'm doing this for you. The second point, I'm not going to talk about voice training, but just this introduction. The second point is your articulation. You can hear every word I speak. The secret is very simple. I'm going to say it slowly. You can hear every word I speak. You put your attention on the last syllable, last letter of each word, and you will have no trouble. So as a HR manager, you need to be able to impress your person, and your voice can control the people very well. Otherwise people shout and so on. There's a lot about body language and so on. I don't have time for that. I'm going to go straight into 6 action shoes. Shoes are made for walking. I will not ask you to open the notes just now because I have not brought my glasses. I brought everything else except my glasses, so I'm not going to look at the notes eventually. You're not to open it right now because things will happen. There are 6 hats, 6 shoes. There are 6 hats too, but 6 shoes. And the first shoe I'm going to take is a navy shoe. No, you don't have to write any notes. You have notes fully over here. Don't take a single note at all. Anything you can write inside the notes. I prepared a chart. You have the navy shoe. Who wears a navy shoe? Navy officers. They are a special blue with a special shine and a pointed toe. That pointed toe is very important. I don't know why, they want to kick people or something, I don't know. But that pointed toe is very important in this shoe. It goes together with a blue jacket, gold buttons and medals going all over here and so on, and a pompous thing. What is so special about Navy or an Army person? Tell me. Disciplined? And how do they operate? No, not apart from commands. They have routines. They have everything laid out. All the strategies. They have rules written down. There are routines for everything. And people, the lower you get, you blindly have to follow that routine. There's a lot of precise thinking gone on to that, and there's a lot of work gone on to it. They've tried these routines out, they found them efficient, and so you are not to question me. I'm a navy blue guy. I tell you do this, and you jolly well do it. Follow a routine. You want to change a routine? Long process. Apart from why? Long process. Any advantages of the routine? Any advantages?
Time saving.
Time saving? Yes.
Uniformity.
But
Uniformity.
yes.
Goal oriented.
But
Goal oriented.
goal oriented. Specific results.
Yes.
Well tested, well tried out. Keeps control. Puts everybody into one focus. So routines are very important. And they follow the routines very blindly. So routines are efficient, and that is one very good way of being an HR manager. You have your SOPs, your routines, your instructions, and you follow them. I wonder if our SOPs are being followed. We have good routines and good SOPs, but do they wear masks? Do they wear things? Those routines are not for us. Those routines are for those people. They are not for people who come from the state. They are not for people who go on. Who the hell are they for? Manager, efficient ruler, we have routines that don't go wrong. So that's the routine. Laid down well, precise. Now we have the other side. We have a purple riding boot. Right? That should protect your eyes now from the possible. It's a and there's something about the boot that is very important. It's purple. Why use purple? Because in ancient times, Roman times, the purple dye was the most difficult dye to get. It came from a little flower, like a violet flower, and they extracted the dye. And that was used to dye the cloth. Of course, the deeper the purple, the more money I had. The longer my shawl, the more money I had. So I have a nice big round shawl that I can wrap around, deep purple, may barat me home. Got a small one, yeah. So this position, and whenever you see these purple people, because they have boots, riding boots, they are on top of horses. Even when they make statues, they are on top of horses. All the British fellas that we had over here before, Lord Mountbatten and also in Calcutta, on a horse with a sword out there on top. Huge pedestal and a huge horse. Why? I have a high position, I'm on top, I'm in this. Does that person do any thinking? No. He's only a figurehead. He's an empty shell. Inside this big statue, there's a very small man. What's wrong? He filled the position. Kings and queens and monarchs and others who don't take charge and don't give the leadership are the people who are purple oriented. So let's come to our HR. How does the purple apply to HR? Navy, we said routines, precise orders, precise commands, discipline, all that sort of thing. We need to do that. We need to apply that in our HR management. And we've got to see that those things are there. Purple. Why do we need purple in HR? A big position, empty all. Tell me why. Come on, think. This is why I'm not giving you the notes. They're all in the notes. I want you to think first, and then we'll go through the notes. Otherwise, you'll be reading the notes and yes, it has the authority. You may not respect the person. You may not even believe in that person, but it has the authority. You respect not the person, but you respect the position. And very interestingly enough, these blue shoot wallas need the purple wallas to put the projects through. Because you've got to have your routines authorized. And you go to America, it's not Biden who's doing all these army things and so on. The generals and all the guys are doing it. But they need Biden to say, he's doing it. He's the boss. You need someone to be the signatory, someone they can look up to, an empty figurehead that authorizes the authority. Do we have such people here? No, don't answer the question. Don't answer the question because there may be too many. My talk today is also going to examine your leaders. I'm a naughty fellow, so I'll put little fun. Leaders and people who are there, just to have a little fun. Please don't take offense. I'm just having a little fun. I have no political affiliations like Province Service. I have no horse to beat and no blue shoe to wear. I'll tell you what I am. Come to that. We'll come to the third shoe. I think the three shoes, they go together. And then we'll open the nose. The third shoe is a grey shoe. Not a shoe. It's a runner, a kit, canvas with maybe leather bounding, rubber bounding, big rubber knobs and good grip and so on. Why have a grey shoe? What's grey? Tell me what's grey. The color grey. Purple is rich, expensive dye. Blue is very special, high up. Blue is always up in the sky. So we have the blue shoe. Grey. What is so special about the grey shoe? Right? Okay.
The workers.
No, workers don't wear grey shoes. They have another shoe. Grey. What is grey? Grey is a colorway, is a mixture of black and white. Grey areas, grey areas. They're uncertain. There are grey cells. They don't spell G-R-E-Y. Grey cells are spelled G-R-A-Y. And the color grey is spelled G-R-E-Y. Why the difference? That's another long story. That's an English lesson. But grey cells, A-Y, and grey shoes. The kids, grey kids, it's a grey area. They have to be a little dark because it's an investigation. It's got a good grip. It's quiet. Good quiet. Good grip. Good grip. So, how do we apply this to HR? A grey head speaker that you use for investigative purposes with a little bit of brain on it. What do you use a grey shoe for?
Intelligence.
No.
Employee intelligence.
When?
Employee intelligence or labor intelligence.
Okay, employee intelligence. So if you want to make a hypothesis is not fully acceptable. It's a proposal on which investigation will continue, and you put a hypothesis of if this, then whether, then if then. You have a hypothesis, a basis on which you work. You try it out, it doesn't work, you modify it, you change it around and so on. How different that is from a blue-nosed, blue-tipped shoe which has got routines. This is an investigative shoe. It goes into grey areas, it investigates, it goes underground. James Bond should typically have a grey sneaker on the place. I don't think he does. He wears a nice black shiny shoe that's, I don't know how he managed to climb hills and mountains and all with the black but he does. He does. You have to accept that. Whether it's got rubber facing underneath, God knows, probably not. It's a very shiny, dancey shoe. But anyway, forget James Bond. We require a grey shoe which is an investigative shoe. Again, uses brain. Do you see a link with these three shoes? Tell me. Is the investigative shoe welcomed by the blue shoe and by the purple shoe?
No.
No. He's an outsider. Is the grey shoe necessary for the routines? Yes.
Required.
How the hell did your routines and your laws and rules begin? With the grey shoe. But once they are laid down, get out. We don't want you. काम हो गया, जाओ. I have the routines. I have the authority. And I've got a big gun there, empty-headed, empty, blocky person who signs my authority. चलो, मेरा काम हो गया. Grey shoe wala, sort of. But if you want to modify the routine, you have to employ the grey. He's got to do the dirty work. If a country has got to be saved from an assassin or some terrorist, we need the grey walas. They do the dirty work. But we don't want to acknowledge them. No, we don't have grey agents. We don't have things. No. They do the dirty work. They are the grey walas are there. They are necessary. So let's take stock. You are HR managers. I've given you three shoes at the moment. You've got the routines. You need them. So you have got to ask yourself, how are my routines? Are they old hat? Do they need a little bit of grey thrown in? Or am I just happy to have my routines and get it stamped by the big guy, the purple guy, and say, हो गया, मेरा routine है, purple guy है, बस हो गया, forget the grey, no need for investigation, no need for examination, no need for anything, get the hell out, you don't exist. Blue and purple is fine. You're fine, you're doing well. How do you run your organization? Are you going to be blue and purple only? Or are you going to use let's come to one more shoe and then let's come to the brown shoe. The brown shoe is called a brogue. It's a brown shoe. Today I was going to bring one pair of brown shoes and my grey sneakers. And at this time I was going to take off my shoes and wear one grey and one brown. But anyway, can you imagine this later? The brown shoe is the muddy shoe, the dirty shoe, the solid shoe. You know, I've got a wonderful pair. I've had it for years. I bought it in Australia, and they are superb. They've been everywhere. They are filthy. They look filthy, but they are most comfortable shoe. And I'm very happy to wear them. People will say, "Kaun aala tha? She dirty shoe." But the brown shoe is exactly that. It's down to earth, working with the people, working with the mud, and so on. It's investigative also, but it is flexible understanding. In fact, the first thing that happens is the second pair of shoes that we've had, the grey and the brown, are adjustable. They are investigative. You can modify them. They respond to the needs of the people. They don't sit on the high horses. The blue sits very comfortably with their blue routines and their stamp. But the grey investigates. We need change. We need to look at things. We need to do it diplomatically. We need to go in the dark. We want to hide and we want to hide carefully. Because we can stamp on somebody's toes and we can be killed and knocked out of the way. So we have to be very careful. Nice grip in case we're going to high places and you get pushed out. So you've got to have a nice grip on our soles. And the brown shoe. In the mud, in the dirty. People. Go down to the people and find out what the people want. Go into the mud, into the slime, into everything. And you don't care about whether the shoe gets dirty or not. And you're with the people, interacting with people. Wonderful shoe, the brown shoe. It's a very human shoe, a humanitarian shoe. It's for the average man, for the common man. The grey shoe is not for common man, the special branch and all. But the brown shoe is coming down to earth, down to pragmatic, means the real things that are there, the practical things that you have in front of you. It's very important to ask in your organization, in your makeup as HR, do you have a brown shoe? If you don't have a brown shoe, I think you should go back to your table, pull out your grey shoe and say, hey, I got to investigate why I don't have a brown shoe. They work together. I'll go very quickly and the next one requires a little bit of protection, and it's the orange gumboot. Why orange? For any relief workers, firefighters, things, emergency services, they always have orange. Of all the shoes you can wear, orange is the most readily visible. Yellow also maybe, but orange. Orange. And it's a gumboot. Gumboot has got rubber, so you cannot get electrocuted. It resists glass, broken glass. It even resists acid. So these are the great dangers. You can have sharp things poking you. The rubber protects you. Scratches from thorns or debris. The shoes are pretty high up to the knees. And it's a very visible color. It's a very comfortable color. It protects you fully. So there's an element of protection, self-protection in the brown shoe. At the same time, there's an element of helping others. Put the brown shoe and the orange shoe go together. How? My dear friend at the back. Arey, come forward now. Kyun udhar gaya? Hello? I want to see you. I want to be with you. You're so far away. Nice place there. Come. Use your legs. He's got grey. इसके साथ नहीं बैठना भाई. Spacing है, soft है. Blue routines है इधर. Come, blue routine करो. Distance, you must keep this. Blue routine is here now. Everyone's following blue routines. Excuse me, okay? I'm enjoying myself. I love being with people, and at my age, it's lovely to be with young people. So please don't take offense. I'm laughing, and you're laughing. It's nice. Taking this in good spirit. So, can the brown and the orange go together? For you. Question for you. कैसा? बोलिए. Not thinking. Anyone can tell me how the brown and the orange could work together?
Brown in certain situations it can go to orange.
Very good. Yes. Yes. One needs, brown can be a bit reckless. We need a little protection sometimes. We need a little care. We need little to safeguard ourselves and not just go mad and do everything. So brown has, the orange has a little caution in it. The brown seems to have no caution in it. So the brown and the orange has the routines. So it's got some of that blue routine business, regular routines. When a fire comes along, you've got to do this. When this, you've got to do that. If gas thing is, you've got to do, there are procedures. So they follow blue routine. But they're helping people get down to earth. And so one should be able to be a fire brigade officer or someone helping out society and people, but with the brown thrown in, down to their level, down to helping. Pink. What is pink and not a shoe? Stockings. No, I want a shoe, boy. I want a shoe. I want something you wear on your feet. Okay, you wear stockings on your feet, so you can get me there. But what is pink and you wear on a shoe? Wear on a foot? No, not socks. Just shoe. Bedroom slipper. I went to the market. I said, I went to the market to buy things. Couldn't find myself. I bought a nice spent a long time. Hey, Les! Buying a pink slipper. I said, who's the lucky girl? I said, I'm buying it to use in a course. Don't give me that. This is such a beautiful slipper you bought. So you've been after that big color, nicely, little shiny gold and little fluffy things, and you're asking for bonbons and little comfort and all the fur around it and so on. I've been watching you. You want a nice, fluffy, pink, comfortable slipper. Which girl are you trying to entice now into something, whatever? I said, no, it's for my course. Anyway, I bought the shoe. And it was quite lovely. But I can't wear it. Forget about what it looks like and what it feels like. It's comfortable. But what is a pink? First of all, is it male or is it feminine? What's a ladylike quality to do with HR? Caring, empathy, correct. Lots of guys over here. Oh, lots of girls too. See? The ladies recognize straight away. We have empathy. Guys don't have empathy. Anyway, even if you don't have empathy, when you're an HR manager, empathy is required. And what does that empathy mean in terms of an HR shoe? You are very clever listening. First thing is the HR. Kids never listen to us. First, listen to your kids so that they will talk and tell you. Just keep asking questions till they tell you. And then talk and they will listen. Parents, very, very first listen. Why parents? In HR, we are like parents. We are responsible for our staff. We can mother them. Excuse guys, I'm a guy too. But we can mother them. And we mother them by showing caring, by listening, by being gentle, by not wearing a blue shoe. Ha! You've broken this rule. You've done this. You've done this. Why you are? Or not being pompous. I'm a big guy. Who are you? You know what I can do to you? You know who I am? Walk up on his hadin, sir. But you know who I am? I've got a position of authority. You get the hell out of there. That's exactly what we do. What is it? Of tissues. And they will cry. And they will tell you. And they will love you. And everything else. That pink slipper is very, very. Now, interesting. Can we have the blue routine with the pink slipper? Are you an HR manager? What are you an HR manager? Oh my God, I'll get it written. It's easy to talk about what you should do, but to understand it, use the metaphor. I have a punchline. When you give me the punchline, you're just going to go, wow. So let's talk on a thing first. So, caring, loving, listening. I want to stop there now, go slightly sidetracked. Because one of my favorite topics is activity. We don't actively listen. We hear. We don't. What is active listening? Full eye contact. When a person's talking, saying words, yes, that's good, that's interesting. And sometimes you even ask me questions, and what did that mean? And how did that happen? What happened before that? Asking clarifying questions, and also giving feedback. So what you are saying is this, and you have any other suggestions? Yes, I have. Well, if you do that, then will this work out? Now, if as a manager you tell your person who you are disciplining, thank you for coming up with a solution. Try to achieve that. Get the fellow to you, thank him. Thank you for coming in. You call him to discipline. explain it, but you said thank you for coming in. This has been a most beneficial session. And thank you for being very cooperative. And thank you for coming up with a solution. Do you think the solution will work? Yes? Okay. Shall we meet 1 week from now and see how you're going? Maybe it's coming later. Maybe talking about so and what do you think we can solve this problem? Do you think that will work? Okay. Can we try it out? Get him to tell you what a challenge. And if you do that, see the result. That was my name. Strive for it. We've done all the 6 issues. You have the Navy, pointed, routines. You have full notes, okay? I'll go through the notes. And I'll do an exercise after the notes also. So, I've only got 40 minutes. Yes, time limit. So, I'll just sum up the routines. Safe, well organized, but mainly fun. Role, position, authority. One needs a president of India, one needs a high court judge, one needs a Supreme Court, we need all these things. We need all different positions that make things go through. They may be wrong, they may be empty-handed, they may be empty-headed, they may be whatever, but they need. And a clever blue shoot person will make it work through the purple person. We need the grey to investigate. Maybe revise our routines. See what the problems are. We need the brown for actual working out of ideas. We need the orange for protecting ourselves in emergency situations. And we need the pink for getting out. My punchline. With 6 thinking hats. You go in with 1 hat. With the shoes, you wear 2 at a time. My lecture today is great. Now, my lecture was more important. Wrong. Found me wrong. Thank you for saying that. But the grey was there. So in every situation you deal with each other, and you determine which shoe goes first and which shoe goes second. Oh. And you determine this before you go into the situation. And maybe sometimes you've got to adjust to deal with these people. What shoes do I require? I require these 2. Which is the more important shoe? You see how wonderful this is. Just go to quickly. Maybe being the most set of all. Some set rules. There's the grey, orange, brown. They're all got some set rules. But pink is the last one. No set rules, right? So the navy and the pink are on extreme sides. Mind you, this chart is not made by De Bono. This chart is made by me. De Bono follows another order of the hats altogether, shoes altogether, which I've gone against him. Who's De Bono? My guru, but doesn't matter. This book, by the way, people in India don't seem to know about it all. There are umpteen courses and people pay fortunes to do courses in six thinking hats. When I was in SP Jain University, I'm a guest lecturer there. They paid 5,000 per person for a 3-hour afternoon session in six thinking hats. I nearly got sacked the next day. Because when my students came along, I told them, how have you learned to apply the six thinking hats? And they couldn't tell me. I said, you're 5,000 person mistake. Because I studied under Edward Bono, and the first thing he says that you should not use the hats separately, you should use them together. Same thing here. Don't use the shoes separately, use them together. Now if you turn the page, apart from a little thing about it on the left hand side, fold that over, you don't need to know that. Yeah. 15 combinations. See the numbers? 1 means 1. 1 is navy and grey, and 1 again is grey and navy. Why the difference? Because primary shoe and secondary shoe. Just take it from the bottom exactly. I would have put them together. I'm going to make this chart again and put them navy, grey, grey, navy, and in one line. But since he didn't do it, this is copied from I put the numbers, so you get 1 and 1, and 2 and 2, and all the numbers are there, but they're all over the place. But you can see how the hats go together. I don't have enough time, but you see how the two hats, two shoes work together. You have to wear 2 shoes. And here you have 2 shoes. God bless you.